I just wanted to post this video because um, Connor, the YouTuber that posts FOIA body cams and interviews, posted an interview with someone whose name is redacted, and he is claiming that it is Scott Perky and that he is was the co-owner of 1122. But that interview was not with Scott Perky. Okay, yes, there's a part during the audio where they didn't bleep the person's name and his first name is Scott, but I know who the person is. His last name is not Perky. I will show you. I'm not going to unredact the person's name. I'm not going to give you their full name. I'm not going to give you the name of the other people that are redacted either, because I know all their names as well. But I will show you that it's not Perky. So I'm going to show you that. But I feel it's only up to the courts to unredact somebody's name. None of us should be going around doxing and unredacting. There's already been enough people harassed in this case. But I just wanted to show you the proof that it's not Perky that was being interviewed. So first we're going to start with the birth date. So the person that gave the interview was born in 1953. Scott Perky was born in 1951. Now, if you'll also notice what I posted for Perky, he's a registered sex offender in Vermont. Had he been living out in Idaho, he would have had to register as a sex offender in Idaho, but he has not lived in Idaho for many years. He has been in Vermont and Massachusetts. He's kind of bounced back and forth between the two. The person being interviewed in that audio lives in Idaho and was living temporarily as well with a sister in Idaho. Scott Perky's sister lives back east, not in Idaho. I can show you any of those things with addresses blacked out if you want. Like I say, I don't like to dox, but I can, if somebody really wants to go that much farther because you think I'm a liar. But Scott Perky was living in Vermont at the time that this all happened in 2022. Now, as far as co-owner, Scott Perky was not the co-owner of 1122. He did own it at one time, but not in 2022 when the murders happened. There was only one owner, and that was Dan Estey. And I will show you the paperwork that shows when Scott Perky sold the house. So here's the warranty deed for when Scott Perky and his wife sold 1122 King Road, and it's dated May 9th of 2002. So he had not owned that house since 2002. The Daily Mail over in England is who claimed that he was the co-owner with Dan Estey, and that was absolutely false. Estey was the sole owner of the house at the time. I can also tell you that the person that was interviewed not only was doing handyman jobs for the other person that's redacted, but that when they talk about that other person being the former owner of redacted, it was not a house. So it had nothing to do with any rental houses or house ownerships. That person had owned a business, and the person being interviewed not only worked as a handyman for them, but also worked for their business that is no longer open. So, and that was in Moscow also. So definitely not Scott Perky. I am not going to unredact because, again, that is not my place, and names are redacted for a reason, and there has been way too much harassment of people surrounding this case. So, but I just wanted to put that out there, and once again, do better.